We took control of the game early and sustained that. Not quite as clean of play, maybe third quarter-ish, and missed capitalizing on a few opportunities, but created enough turnovers, moved the ball well enough, distributed the ball well enough, kicked the ball well enough to beat a team that hasn't lost in October since 2001. Coach Peterson has a really good program, and they have really good schemes and good players, and I feel really good about our team's ability to prepare after our last game on a short week and put the kind of performance together that we did tonight. I'm proud of our team for being 6-2 through 8 games, already bowl eligible again. That's 9 straight, which I think is significant. I don't think it's easy to do, and I don't think it should be discounted. And I think our team continues to improve and get better. Really impressed with Cody Hoffman. I broke the all-time leading, became the all-time leading receiver tonight at BYU with his touchdown catch there. I think he's only 14 yards away from what Brett told me from yardage of passing Austin Collie. And Taysom, for a lot of the game tonight, just looked completely composed and unrattled, first half especially. Unrattleable, I should say. So I think we're gaining momentum. I think we're gaining progress, making progress. Our team, I think, is going to need some rest and recovery. I don't have the model yet down what we'll do through the bye week. But there'll be some healing, some conditioning, some football, and then, when appropriate, starting to build into our game versus Wisconsin. I'm thrilled to be able to go to San Francisco. I look forward to playing the very best team that we can play out of the Pac-12, and then continuing a strong streak of bowl wins as well. It's 2, I won't mention that again. I'm acknowledging it now because we just got invited and we accepted. So don't ask me again. We're going to Wisconsin next, and that's really all I'll address. So, what questions does anyone have?
Bronco, looking at the turnovers, the first half, the first turnover you guys got really sparked the offense. Second half, you have turnovers on 3 consecutive drives that you were able to force. How important was winning the turnover battle to how the game played out?
I told Chris, Coach Peterson, after the game, I thought that was one of the main differences in the game, was being able to create turnovers and taking the football away. And I don't think we necessarily capitalized as well as we could have on those turnovers, but I think that had something to do with the game's outcome.
Coach, any update on Daniel Sorensen or Mike Hague?
I don't have any update on either of them, and that's one of the first games we've ever played without Daniel Sorensen since he's been here. I didn't really know. I mean, it just was different, but Craig Bills did a really nice job switching over, and so glad that we had him back. It'd be nice to have them both playing at the same time, but I was nervous and scared as I saw him on the field. Same with Mike Hague, but I saw them both in the locker room, and so I wish I could tell you more, but I don't know anymore.
Bronco, the offensive line really got after it. Did you feel like you just out-physicaled them tonight?
I thought we played probably cleaner up front than we have for a while, Jay, maybe this year, and I saw them substituting and rotating, etc., and which is normal with our tempo, but a lot of the inside between the tackle runs were gaining more yards than I think maybe what we'd seen up to this point this year, and that's usually because of what you're talking about. We also, I thought Coach and I did a really nice job. Ball distribution, it was going to the running backs, to the tight ends, to the receivers, Taysom's decisions. That's when we become really formidable, and I think we all saw, again, another taste of that as a continuation from Houston.
Coach, can you talk more about the tight ends' involvement? Was that a concerted effort to get them more involved, or was it just
I'm sure it was, and I think they handled it well and did a really nice job securing the ball and catching the ball when it came their way, and I think that was clearly their most productive night.
Early on in the game, Bronco, you got a couple of 4th down stops. You did it last year where you stopped them a bunch of times. How big was that to enable you to build that lead there in the first half?
Boise's an aggressive team, and they love to go for it on 4th down. A year ago, they were 0 for 5, and this year, 2 for 5. And so those stops early when, you're trying to determine the balance of the game and what the momentum might be like and how aggressive you can be. And those stops are huge in terms of, I think, emotional momentum as well as just changing the game.
As far as those go, is there something that you do particularly well that enables you to stop them on those 4th and short?
No, I think just there's an emphasis we place on it, and our players just do a really nice job executing in those circumstances. So I think the players, because we have good players, they just find a way to make it happen.
Coach, you mentioned Taysom. Talk about his progression as a decision maker and passer in your offense.
He's one of the best players that I've ever coached. I mean, he's really good, and his decision making. If you watched him in the first half, especially, the ball's just going right on the money to different players. He's poised, he's composed, and it looks like the game was really slow for him. You know, he just seemed always ahead of it, and the minute a receiver opened, the ball was delivered right there, and that was fun to see.
As a sophomore, how much more can he grow?
I don't think any of us know. I mean, he's going to be really good.
Coach, talking about Jamal Williams' play, he took himself out of the game last week. How do you think he did tonight?
He did great. Jamal's tough, he's physical, he's durable, he's reliable, and he holds on to the football besides all that.
Does the thought ever run through your mind when you're up by a substantial margin to tell Coach and I maybe to back off the gas pedal as far as the up tempo?
About the 6-minute mark at the end of the game. That's kind of where I first mentioned it, and they'd already made plans to do it. So I like what we're doing, and I was just as hopeful as the lead would widen, not from running it up or anything else, just continuing momentum. And when you play that tempo, it's I like it, and we're adjusting as a team to it.
Big picture, Bronco. You're the only game on a Friday night when there's a lot of other teams and riders and whatnot out watching this game. What does a win like this do for you, from your opinion, on a national scope?
Well, it goes with Texas, it goes with Georgia Tech, it goes with now Boise. I mean, we have a good team, we have a good program, and I think we'll continue to build and grow. But it's great, and I think we earned the right to have this game. I mean, Boise and BYU are two programs that have earned a chance to be on the stage, and they don't put you on a Friday night if both teams aren't an intriguing matchup, which it was. And I think we're gaining momentum. I think we're making progress, and I think the system changes that we put into place are producing, and we're scoring a lot of points, and we're not giving up any. And those kind of teams are hard to beat.
You had they scored a touchdown, a couple touchdowns, and made it into a closer game, 2-score game. The offense came out and put together that drive to get the field goal.
Yeah, the field goal was huge. I thought on not the short field score, but the next drive we looked tired. And I don't know how many plays that was. We defensively played 90 plays. So about the 78-ish mark to 88, I don't know what it was. I thought we looked a little tired.
Is that, you think that's a part of playing 100 or whatever they played against Houston?
Sure. I mean, we're playing a lot more plays. But again, if you play a lot more plays and you don't give up many points, it's hard to win.
Last week against Houston in the first quarter, it just went back and forth offensively. This week, you guys held Boise State to 37 total yards in the first quarter. How important was that in setting kind of the tone you guys wanted to set defensively?
Oh, I think we set a similar tone a week ago, but it was really important. What was interesting a week ago was the kick return for a touchdown, the interception for a touchdown, the long pass with the no PI. It was just a completely different type of game. And so I don't think the two games are comparable. But to your point, we did want to start fast tonight against a really good team. And so that was important.
Did you bring up the fact that to your team that they hadn't lost in October for 12 years?
You know, I didn't know that until I told them that just after the game. And so, but I didn't know it, I think, until my radio show, whatever night that was, somebody told me, and I just kind of held on to it. But I just told our team, and man, that's an amazing statistic, and one that I'm not highlighting that we're the team that beat them, but to be able to win that many games for over that long a stretch, that's remarkable, and Boise deserves a lot of credit for that.
Bronco, there were probably a lot of people in the area who wondered where this team would go after 2 tough losses. Where's the credit go to the coaches and players on that, just to get past that?
You know, I think we're a hard-working staff. I think it's a quality staff, and to Coach and I and the offensive crew, he's been dead honest and just said it might take half the year before you see the fruits of this, and they've been resilient, and we're still not where I think any of us know we can be, and that's what's fun, and that's what's exciting, and also as a head coach, coaching a team that now has the style. The games at the end are, man, they're very unique because you played already 80-something plays or 90 plays, and you're looking for depth, you're looking for guys, and just live breathing bodies to put in there, that's an exaggeration. You're looking for just more players to develop to finish games, and so there's a lot of unique things, and special teams depth becomes an issue, so we're learning and growing all together.
Coach, you spoke about